There wasn't very clear information about what was actually happening there, what the goal of the place was. Speaking to Geneva Claassen, she at that point just told me she still has such a heart to do street kid work and to run all sorts of programs, and I kept looking around me thinking this place is in crisis, and what already is here is not being cared for as it should be. And I think already from the beginning, because of my training, I could see all the high risks in that situation. The fact that the fence is broken down, the fact that the ARC men's facility is right next door. And when I asked questions about how many children stayed there, found out that I was told that there were 13, maybe 16 children. And when I went back, and as I've gone back continually after that, to discover there are over 60 children living there, and there isn't correct paperwork, there's not enough information about them, and that the administrative side of the place is very poorly run. And their approach to it now is just saying that it's actually not supposed to be there anymore, it's supposed to be demolished, and that it's City Works' responsibility to demolish it. City Works is saying that it's Social Development's responsibility to manage projects that are on their property. And the reality is this project is not being managed. The leadership does not have the capacity to do the project. Today, it's now 25th of April, 26th of April. And finally today I get a constitution and NPO number, but all of them are completely outdated. It's from 2002, and the reality is the NPO isn't even valid anymore. And in the trying to get and help Geneva and this place get the right paperwork so that we can get the right stuff, so we can get somebody to come and rebuild the place, so we can get the children the paperwork, that's done nothing but, since the beginning of the year, me running into brick walls and not getting the help that we need to get for these children in this facility. So this is like a last effort to try and tell the story of this place, to say something has to be done, and that these mothers cannot care if they haven't been cared for, they cannot love if they haven't been loved, and that we need to do some kind of restorative work to address the problems here that will build up the mothers, that will get the children into school, make it safe for them so that they would be protected in every aspect of their being, and that we do what we can to help. I think the solution at this point is addressing Geneva Claassen, who I think is an amazing woman who has a heart and is in this work clearly from 2002 because she has a heart for these people. I think the reason she's still involved is she has an incredible heart for abused women and children. I think the reality with Geneva is I don't think she went in with enough training, and I think she doesn't have the capacity for the project. So I think one of the ways to address it would be putting her in her OMA role still that she is, but bringing a support system and a leadership around her that can administrate, manage, and get all of the administrative side of things to make the project work. And so not harming Geneva in the process, but giving her the right people and the right stuff to make it run effectively. I think the other thing is the building needs to be addressed. I'm sure the water leakages, the sewerage system, the fact that there's sewage on the property, just all of those things that it's not fit for human beings to be living there, that this building needs to either be restored, reworked, or the consideration with an engineer needs to be made that it actually needs to be demolished and a complete new facility that houses these women and their children as individual families, in such a way that the women can rebuild to get back on their feet again and back into society, that you need a completely different facility to address that. I think one of the real needs is that something is rebuilt. I also know for a fact from working with the childcare forums last year that we have waiting lists in all of our places of safety in the Western Cape. We have waiting lists in all of our children's homes. So it's not even today that we can go in there and have those children put somewhere else. There is nowhere else for them to go. we need to do something to make this place safe, rebuild it, put the right leadership in, get the right funding every month so that these children can grow into citizens that would actually make a difference in the future and not just continue this poverty cycle in East Rufie. That we have an immense potential as South Africans, as people in the Western Cape, as the church, as the government, as businesses, to go in to build something that would rebuild lives, rebuild women, and therefore rebuild society.